What? Yelled the blonde boy in an orange jumpsuit. I'm sorry, Naruto, but my training time will be devoted to Sasuke, said the silver-haired man with a tilted headband hiding his left eye. Fine. Go ahead and teach Sasuke, see if I care. I'll just track down someone else to train me, Naruto shouted furiously. Ha ha ha, who would waste their time on the failure of the class like you? You're nothing more than a monster in human skin, the silver-haired man mocked. Well, Kakashi, thanks for showing me your true colors. I'll be sure to let the Hokage know you just broke a law, Naruto said coldly, his face devoid of feeling. Oh please, who's going to believe the words of a demon? Kakashi responded with a smug grin. I don't know, but I have a hunch and my hunches are always right, Naruto replied firmly. Is that so? Kakashi said with narrowed eyes. It is, Kakashi. Another voice cut in, one that radiated authority. In the hospital hallway, two figures faced each other. One was a tall man with gravity-defying silver hair standing nearly 511, a mask concealing half his face, and his forehead protector tilted over his right eye. Opposite him stood a woman in the standard ANBU attire, wearing a pure white mask and cloak fastened with a golden clasp, marking her as the ANBU commander. Ghost-san, what are you doing here? Kakashi asked nervously. I was sent to escort Uzumaki to the Hokage, the commander said in the emotionless tone characteristic of ANBU. And what would the Hokage want with him? Kakashi asked with irritation. That's none of your business. Uzumaki and I need to leave. Oh, before I forget, ANBU Toa, escort Hadake to the holding cells and arrange for a medical check, Ghost ordered. Hi, Toa replied before dragging Kakashi away despite his protests. Now Uzumaki, let's not keep the Hokage waiting, Ghost said, turning back. Right away, sir, Naruto replied with his trademark fox-like grin. Later, across town, inside the red building bearing the symbol of fire, three people stood. Thank you, Ghost, you are dismissed, said the elderly man in the robes of the Hokage, the fire shadow himself, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Thanks, Jiji. I appreciate you dealing with Kakashi, but why did you call me here? Naruto asked, still annoyed. Naruto, to be blunt, it's time you let go of the mask. I know you've been using it to protect yourself, but now it's holding you back as both a ninja and a comrade, the Hokage said with a weary but kind smile. I can't, Jiji, the pain of taking it off is too much, Naruto replied somberly. You don't have to, but what will you do if Hinata, or even Sakura, dies on a mission because of it? Hiruzen asked, his tone sharp with disappointment. That was low, Jiji, but you're right. Fine, I'll do it. But don't you dare put me in the same sentence as that pink-haired banshee. Also, I won't drop it until the exam finals, Naruto said firmly. Fair enough. But remember, the quicker you reach Chunin rank, the sooner you can officially become the lead interrogator, right beneath Ibiki, Hiruzen said with a grin. True, but I still need a teacher since my sensei despises me, Naruto muttered bitterly. Don't judge Kakashi so harshly. Not everything is as it appears, always look beneath the underneath, Naruto. Still, I've arranged someone else to help guide you. Here, take this letter to an older man with long white hair near the hot springs, Hiruzen explained. Thanks, Jiji, I'll find him right away, Naruto said eagerly. Great, but how am I supposed to know who he is if I don't even know his name? Wait a sec, is that old pervert peeping? Naruto thought angrily. Sure enough, an older man with long white hair tied into a ponytail that flowed down his back was crouched at the hot springs, wearing a black mesh shirt beneath a red vest. The most obvious feature, however, was his forehead protector marked with the kanji for oil. Seeing this, Naruto did the only thing he could. Hey, ladies, there's a pervert spying on you, he shouted, before leaping into the trees to avoid the chaos. A shrill feminine scream echoed across town, loud enough to reach the Hokage's tower. In his office, Hiruzen chuckled to himself. Heh, looks like Naruto found Jiraiya. He pulled out a small orange book and began giggling like a teenager. Back at the hot springs, once the women dispersed, Naruto dropped down to face the white-haired man. Enjoy your beating, pervert, Naruto asked irritably. This kid, is he the one sensei wanted me to train? Jiraiya thought. Out loud he said, I don't know what you're blabbering about. I've only ever trained the fourth's kid, so scram. Who said anything about training? I just hate perverts, Naruto said with a wicked grin. So the Hokage didn't tell you to come find me to continue your training? Jiraiya asked curiously. So this is the man I was sent to track down, Naruto realized. Who exactly are you, old perv? He asked flatly. I am the man of legends, the great author of Ika Ika Paradise, the one and only Jiraiya of the Sannin, he boasted with an awkward dance. I couldn't care less. Your dance is terrible. I was just told to hand you this, Naruto said with a smirk, handing over the letter. Jiraiya's expression darkened as he read the Hokage's note. Jiraiya, the blonde boy delivering this message, is Naruto Uzumaki, your godson. His teacher abandoned him to focus on Sasuke, so I want you to guide him and expand his abilities. He's already trained under Gekko Hate in Kenjutsu and Ibiki in interrogation techniques during his time in ANBU, but I pulled him back to let him grow among his peers. He's been concealing his strength and intends to reveal it only during the Chunin exams. After the finals, I will reveal his heritage to him, make him strong enough to withstand anything. Sarutobi Hiruzen, the third Hokage after rereading the letter several times, Jiraiya looked at Naruto. All right, brat, meet me at the village gates tomorrow at 6 am, packed with only the essentials. I need to talk with the old man first, he said sternly. Meanwhile, in the Hyuga compound, Hinata Hyuga lay on her bed, lost in thought about the unpredictable blonde she admired. A knock sounded at her door. Come in, she whispered softly. A tall elder entered, wearing the clan's formal kimono with the Hyuga crest displayed on the shoulder. Hinata, the elder spoke flatly, after your disgraceful showing in the Chunin exams, the council has decided. You are to be moved to the branch family, sealed, and replaced by Hanabi as heir. In addition, you'll be married to a member of the Tsuyoshi clan from the Land of Iron upon turning 16. Hinata's eyes filled with tears as the elder left her alone, and she wept quietly. Hours later, when Hayashi went to check on her, he was horrified to find her clutching a kunai to her chest, tears streaming down her face. Hinata, stop, don't do anything foolish, tell me what's wrong, Hayashi shouted, panic evident in his voice. Don't pretend you don't know, father, you sent Elder Takashi to tell me I'd be branded and forced into marriage. Hinata sobbed bitterly. For the first time, she raised her voice at him. And the worst part is I already love someone else. But thanks to this cursed clan, I'll never be with him. Hayashi froze in shock at his daughter's defiance. Then, firmly, he said, Enough. I never signed a marriage contract with the Land of Iron. There is a contract from before your birth, but the boy was hidden away by the Hokage years ago. I'll deal with the elders myself. Until then, I must get you out of the compound. You care for Uzumaki, don't you? He leaves with Jiraiya tomorrow. Perfect. Pack for a month, Hinata will speak to the Hokage, but do not breathe a word of this to anyone. Hi, Tusan, Hinata whispered, hope flickering in her eyes. 15 minutes later at the Hokage Tower, Kaneshiwa, I request an urgent audience with the Hokage regarding clan matters. Hayashi said calmly, his face unreadable. If you'll please wait a moment, Hokage-sama is currently in a discussion with Jiraiya-sama. He should be free soon, replied a beautiful brunette receptionist, appearing to be in her mid-20s, with a slender figure many Kunoichi would envy. Even better, I needed to speak with both of them anyway. One moment, Hyuga-sama, I'll check if the Hokage is available. All right, you may go inside now. Arigato. Hayashi-san, what brings you here today? Asked the elderly Hokage, putting on his grandfatherly demeanor. Hokage-sama, change is necessary. I intend to dissolve my council, but I fear if I act, they may attempt to remove me permanently. Hayashi said firmly. That's quite serious. What has led you to this decision, and how does Jiraiya factor into it? Well, a few minutes later, and that is why I want Jiraiya to take both Hinata and Naruto to train them together as partners. Hayashi finished. There was a pause of silence before the Hokage spoke again. Understood, I'll arrange for myself and a squad of ANBU in 2 weeks. Until then, Jiraiya will take Hinata with Naruto for joint training. Sigh, thank you, Hokage-sama. Not an issue. Tell Hinata to be ready at the main gate tomorrow morning at 6. The following morning, hey, pervy sage, what's her name again? Naruto asked curiously. Will you ever stop calling me that? Jiraiya groaned. Her name is Hinata. Her father requested that she join us. She'll be your partner for the next month. Oh, okay, pervy sage. Sorry about that. Nice to have you with us, Hinata. Naruto said with his usual wide grin. No PP problem, Naruto-kun. Hinata stammered softly. All right, brats, let's get moving. Jirya muttered without much enthusiasm, and so the trio departed, beginning their month-long journey. By evening, Jirya announced, All right, kids, we'll camp here tonight. Naruto, make 2 clones to handle the tents. He handed over 2 sealing scrolls. Channel a bit of chakra into the seals, then pull. Those are the tents. No problem, Iro-senin. Naruto grinned foxily. I wish you'd stop calling me that. Anyway, once your clones are busy, chop down the trees in this clearing and gather a quarter's worth of wood. No clones this time. Go, isn't that too much wood for one night? Naruto asked, puzzled. Not at all. Some will be used tonight, the rest stored for later. Logs are a shinobi's greatest training tool. Plus, it'll build your stamina and muscle. Now get to it. Fine, Iro-senin. Naruto ran into the forest. As for you, Hinata, set up perimeter traps, snares every 30 paces, 5 paces apart. Bear traps 60 paces out, spaced 10 paces. And place these seals on the trees at 75, 50, and 25 paces. She nodded silently and got to work. 3 hours later, a weary Naruto returned with chopped logs, while a scratched and bruised Hinata joined him. Jirya had already lit a fire with the wood. Dinner's ready. While you eat, I'll explain your training plan. He handed them roasted venison, seasoned and cooked over hickory. This is amazing, Iro-senin, Naruto purred. Delicious, thank you Jirya-sensei, Hinata said shyly. You're welcome. Now introductions, I'll start. I am Jirya the Toad Sage. I like Tsunadeheim, dislike Iwanin, hobbies are research and dreams. Heth, I'll tell you when you're older. He smirked lecherously. Naruto, your turn. My name's Uzumaki Naruto. I like ramen and jiji. I hate Hadake team and Uchiha team. My dream hasn't changed, becoming Hokage and protecting those precious to me. All right, Hyugaheim, you're up. My name is Hinata Hyuga. I like cinnamon buns and my sister. I despise the Hyuga Council. My dream is to abolish the clan branch system and unite us as one. Good, now before bed we'll test your chakra affinities. How do we do that, Iro-senin? Naruto asked. Simple, with chakra paper, channel chakra into it. It reacts in 5 ways. Damp for water, crumple for lightning, slice for wind, crumble for earth, burn for fire. He demonstrated, igniting his paper with fire while a portion turned to dust. Hinata, what does that mean? You have fire as your primary element and earth as a secondary, Jirya-sensei. Correct, your turn, Hinata. Hi, she channeled chakra and the paper instantly soaked through. Impressive. You're the second Hyuga water user, after your mother, Hana. These are her Taijutsu scrolls. She created a water-based Juken style. Thank you, Hinata said, eyes shining. Now you brat. All right. Naruto channeled his chakra. The paper shredded, each piece crumbling into dust. Unbelievable, your wind affinity is monstrous, and you also have earth at nearly the same level. You'll be unstoppable if you use this properly. Jirya leaned back. Now you'll undergo the toughest training yet. Naruto, even tougher than ANBU. Wait, Naruto, you were in ANBU, Hinata gasped. Hi. Still am, Naruto said without hesitation. Tell her, brat, no more secrets, you're partners now, Jirya smirked. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, codename the Doctor. I'm second in command of the Interrogation and Torture Division. He avoided looking at Hinata. Naruto-kun, look at me, Hinata said softly. He obeyed, meeting her teary eyes. Hina, SHH, my turn, I love you, Naruto-kun. She blushed furiously. Naruto scratched his cheek nervously. I don't know my feelings yet, but I'd like to date you, train with you, and maybe they'll grow. He smiled sincerely. Thank you, Naruto-kun, that's all I wanted. Then it's a promise, Hinaheim. Hey, where's Iro-senin? Naruto asked. I think he went asleep, Hinata said, scanning with her Byakugan. As they turned to their tents, a note was taped on both, same tent. Enjoy. Guess this is what he meant about training partners. In ancient times, only life partners did this. It was like a marriage ritual. I'll ask Jiji when we return. Hinata. Hinata? She had fainted with a tomato-red blush and dreamy smile. Naruto sighed, carried her inside, placed her on the mattress, pulled the sleeping bag over them both, and closed his eyes beside her. Meanwhile in Konoha, we're set, Sarutobi-sama, reported a squad of ANBU, led by none other than Ghost-san, with Dolphin as his second. Excellent, Ghost-kun, now we wait. Just then, Hayashi entered the room. My apologies for the delay. The elders have been keeping an eye on me ever since I arranged Hinata's training journey, he said with clear irritation. No issue, Hayashi-san. Now before we proceed, are you absolutely sure about this path? Yes, they betrayed us and I need to know their reason. Then all is in place at the estate. Indeed. Hanabi is with her friends, and the council believes they're gathering for a regular session. Perfect. Let's move, declared the Hawkage, his voice carrying the weight of authority that reminded all why he was still revered as the god of shinobi. Hayashi entered the council chambers, his expression blank and unreadable. Evening, Hayashi-kun, we're ready when you are, said Takashi with a false grin. Hayashi's cool gaze lingered long enough to make Takashi shift uncomfortably. Thank you, father. Since we are all assembled, I'll state the real matter of business, the dissolution of the Hyuga Council. His words sparked gasps and a furious uproar. You dare, you have no right, Takashi roared. Perhaps not alone, but with the Hawkage sanction, and with the evidence provided by both clan leaders and ANBU, your crimes are undeniable. You plotted an arranged marriage that would have dragged Konoha into war. For this treason, I hereby declare the council disbanded. All members will be handed to Ibiki for interrogation. At once, ANBU operatives stormed in, suppressing the council with chakra inhibitors before taking them into custody. At last, I can rest easy, knowing neither of my daughters will ever be marked. My thanks, Lord Hawkage, Hayashi said with a deep bow. No, Hayashi, thank you. Now we can uncover just how far their schemes reached before a war truly erupts. Let's hope so. I can't believe I even have to think about Hinata's future husband. I need to wash my mouth after saying that. Hayashi excused himself from the room. Hey, wait until he learns Jiraiya is personally mentoring them, chuckled the Hawkage, slipping out as Ghost vanished silently from sight. The next morning, good morning, Hinaheim. Morning, Naru-kun, wait. Naru-kun, oh right, partner training. Exactly, let's see what Jiraiya-sensei has planned for us today. Okay, let's get ready. And so began their month-long training journey. 4 weeks slipped by in Konoha, and the Chunin exam finals had arrived. Excitement filled the village, with visitors flocking in to watch the new generation of shinobi. Rumors spread quickly that the Hyuga Council had nearly sparked a conflict with the Land of Iron. Some elders had been pardoned, but Takashi, along with his wife, were executed for treason. A messenger bird had already been sent to Iron, nullifying the marriage contract and offering apologies with explanations. The village buzzed with life as the day of the finals drew spectators from far and wide. In the arena, 6 of the 9 candidates stood waiting. Where are Sasuke-kun and Naruto? Asked Sakura nervously, wearing a red kippou-style dress. Relax, forehead, they'll show up. Naruto loves making flashy entrances anyway, Ino replied with a smirk. I know, Ino, but I can't help worrying. Unnoticed by them, Hayashi quietly observed. I hope Hinata and Naruto are safe. So much has changed, he thought grimly. Up in the Hawkage's viewing booth, Sarutobi was having similar thoughts. Where are you, Naruto-kun? The proctor, Genma, eyed the group. 2 are still missing, he noted. When the wait dragged too long, the Hawkage finally signaled to begin. Welcome, everyone. Today we witness the finest of our young shinobi vying for the title of Chunin. Let the finals commence. The crowd roared in approval. Genma raised his voice. Review the match order once more. First, Uzumaki Naruto vs. Hyuga Neji. Next, Uchiha Sasuke vs. Sabaku no Gaara. Then we break, followed by Sabaku no Kankuro vs. Aburame Shino, and lastly, Nara Shikamaru vs. Sabaku no Temari. Understood, the competitors nodded, Shikamaru muttering a lazy troublesome. All right, everyone else to the stands. Uzumaki Naruto, Hyuga Neji stay. 5 minutes ticked by. Still no Naruto. If Uzumaki Naruto does not appear in 5 more minutes, he will be disqualified, Genma announced. The moment he finished, a massive sandstorm swept the stadium. Suna Shinobi immediately looked to Gaara, but his stoic face gave nothing away. As suddenly as it appeared, the storm dispersed, revealing 3 figures. The first, unmistakable with his red haori and long white mane, was Jiraiya of the Sannin. Beside him, a girl of 52 with indigo hair and a purple battle kimono. And finally, a golden-haired young man streaked with red, standing tall in black and orange attire beneath a flame-hemmed crimson cloak, the kanji for fox, emblazoned across the back. Jiraiya-sama, welcome, but this is the middle of an exam, Genma said tensely. My apologies, Proctor, just dropping off my godson for his fight. Hope we're not late. Very well, move to the stands. Of course. Naruto, Naruto. The crowd erupted at the sight of his transformation. Hee hee, good luck, kid, Jiraiya said, vanishing into the seats. Good luck, Naru-kun. Hinata kissed him, ignoring the killing intent radiating from nearly every woman in the stadium. Thanks, Hinaheim. With that, Hinata stepped aside and Naruto faced Neji. Sorry for the delay, ready, Neji, let's make this interesting. Combatants ready? Hi, believe it. Then, begin. The two leapt apart. How's life now that the council's gone, Neji? Naruto asked, testing his reaction. Better, and I apologize for my actions during the prelims. Uncle told me the truth about that day. That's good. But I still owe you a beating, can't let you off completely. Neji smirked. I wouldn't want it easy anyway. Naruto flew through hand signs. Wind style, heaven's fist. A blast of compressed air hurled Neji back instantly. Drawing an enormous odachi with an azure hilt, Naruto smirked. See this sword? One of a kind, larger than even White Fang's blade and built to channel chakra. Want to see its power? His hands blurred through 60 seals. Wind style. Goddess blade. The weapon extended to colossal size, 20 feet long and 4 feet wide. Goddess slash. Neji barely had time, chitin, to block the massive swing. Close one. If you hadn't blocked, Hinaheim would have killed me herself, Naruto laughed. Using the dust cover, Neji countered. 8 trigrams, empty palm. A compressed chakra blast slammed Naruto, only for his body to crumble into an earthen clone. Audience POV, where the hell did the idiot learn that? Troublesome, muttered Shikamaru. Wind and earth release, fascinating, if he can combine them, thought Sarutobi. Damn it. If he's already combining, my entire plan collapses, Orochimaru seethed under the guise of the Kazekage. The rest of the stadium had only one thought, holy shit. Back with Naruto, I've had enough, Neji. This ends now. Naruto vanished in a swirl of smoke. Neji activated his Byakugan and frantically scanned the area, but the blonde had completely vanished. Suddenly, the ground beneath him gave way, and moments later he found himself looking up at Naruto, who had a blade hovering over his chest. It's finished, Neji. Yield. I yield, Neji admitted through a grimace, feeling the ache in his cracked ribs from the fight. Victory goes to Uzumaki Naruto. The stadium erupted in cheers from every corner. Nice work, Naruto. Mind giving a fellow Leaf Shinobi a hand? A true Leaf ninja should handle this on their own, but since you apologized to Hinata and asked politely. 2 clones appeared in a puff, unearthing Neji, who then staggered over to the medical team for treatment. Now, may I call Uchiha Sasuke and Sabaku no Gaara to the arena for the second round of the finals? Genma announced. Gaara descended the steps and took his place in the center of the stadium. With the Hokage, hello, Sarutobi-sensei. Jiraiya-kun, sit down and tell me how your training with Naruto and Hinata went, Sarutobi said warmly, radiating his grandfatherly charm. It went well. I've made a few critical discoveries that I need to discuss with you privately, immediately. Very well. I'll call a brief pause in the exams. Yaba, inform Genma that we'll have a 15-minute intermission. If Sasuke doesn't show by then, he will be disqualified. Hi, Hokage-sama. Hold on, Hokage-dono. Many came to see the Uchiha heir, including myself. We can't just cancel his match. I'm sorry, Kazekage-dono, but punctuality is a shinobi's responsibility. If he fails to appear, he forfeits the chance for promotion. However, depending on time and with both contestants' consent, an exhibition match may occur. With no objections from the Kazekage, Sarutobi gave the order to Yaba and proceeded to meet Jiraiya in his office. In the arena, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a short 15-minute intermission. When we return, it will be Sabaku no Gaara versus Uchiha Sasuke. Meanwhile, in the Hokage's office, Sarutobi settled into his chair while Jiraiya leaned against the window. The Hokage lit his pipe. Jiraiya, what urgent matter brings you here? The Kazekage is dead, Jiraiya said, his tone unusually grave. What? That's impossible. He's in the Hokage booth right now. No, it's a fake. Orochimaru is behind it. Orochimaru, explain how you know this. It's simple. Flashback jutsu, why are we in Suna again, pervy sage? Naruto asked. We need to improve your resistance and elemental skills. Wind training, there's no better place than Suna. Jirya-sensei, someone's still alive here. Damn. Pervy sage, it's the current Kazekage. Move him to Suna now. In Suna Jirya-sama, the council requests your presence. Stand tall and be respectful, Naruto. I am polite, just not to you, pervy sage. No time for jokes, Naru-kun. Hinata finally intervened, creating a shadow clone to smack both males with frying pans. Okay, we're good, Naruto whimpered. Good, let's go, honey, she said sweetly. Jirya and his companions, I understand you rescued the Kazekage, the council head asked. Yes, honorable council, but why was a Kage nearly killed in his own territory? Orochimaru, a former team member, intended to replace the Kazekage and force Suna into aiding an attack on Konoha. What? Yes, he manipulated funding and missions to weaken us. Why would the Wind Daimyo redirect funds? Hinata inquired. I'm Hyuga Hinata, daughter of Hayashi, heiress of the Hyuga clan, she introduced herself. And who are you? The council asked Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, apprentice to Jirya and adopted grandson of the third Hokage. Every head turned, jaws dropping, except Hinata, who already knew. I apologize for my earlier disrespect, a council member said. Naruto responded with a firm nod. The council explained that the real Kazekage had been rescued, while the imposter sent to them revealed nothing beyond siphoning money. They didn't want to invade Konoha, but the ambush was meant to manipulate Suna into compliance. Naruto requested to interrogate the imposter. You're just a child. Why should we allow? Before the council could finish, Jirya collapsed laughing, revealing Naruto's true identity as second-in-command of Suna's I&T department. The council apologized and agreed to let Naruto conduct the interrogation. Flashback jutsu ends, I see, but why wasn't I informed? Sarutobi asked. Orochimaru would have exploited the info too soon, Jirya explained. Besides, the imposter revealed no failsafes. Very well, break's over, let's return. Chunin Exam Stadium, Uchiha Sasuke and Sabaku no Gaara, please enter the arena. All arrived except Sasuke. Sasuke failed to appear on time and is disqualified. Protests erupted, but the third Hokage upheld the ruling, allowing an exhibition match if Sasuke arrived later. Sabaku no Kankuro versus Aburame Shino. Do I fight now or save energy? Kankuro pondered. Proctor, I forfeit, Kankuro finally declared. Winner, Aburame Shino. Next. Nara Shikamaru versus Sabaku no Temari. Temari unleashed her fan to glide down, eager to begin. Troublesome, Shikamaru muttered until pushed onto the field. He looked at the blonde, smiling at him. Oh no, you're going to fight, win, and take that beautiful sand Kunoichi out to dinner, Naruto called. Sighing, Shikamaru got ready. Hajime! Shadow Strangle Jutsu! Shikamaru's shadow lashed forward, but Temari, familiar with Nara techniques, jumped back, marking the ground to limit the shadow's reach. She noticed his relaxed hand position. In the stands, what's Shikamaru doing, Asuma? Kurenai asked. Not a hand seal, just his strategic posture. Whenever he does that, he's unbeatable, Asuma explained with a puff of smoke. Even though he had the worst grades after Naruto? Exactly, a certified genius. He once said, too troublesome to answer some test questions. This is a battle of strategy, not magic. I see, let's hope he's got clever tricks. Many, but let's wait and see. Arena now, thought Shikamaru as he pulled out a flash bomb, tossing it toward Temari. Before she could react, it detonated, and Shikamaru vanished and reappeared behind her. Shadow imitation jutsu success. Sai Proctor, I concede. Instantly, everyone hit the ground face first. Ooh, winner, Sabuka no Temari. The crowd erupted in approval. You can pick me up at the Maelstrom Leaf Hotel at 7 tomorrow. Sigh, troublesome blondes, muttered Shikamaru, prompting 3 blondes nearby to inwardly bristle. The next match is Uzumaki Naruto versus Sabuka no Gaara. Gaara promptly shunshined into the arena. Good luck, Narukoi. Remember the plan, he might know it, but he's still unpredictable, Hinata said, pressing a gentle kiss that grew warmer by the moment, until Hayashi finally intervened. Hem, don't you have a match, Uzumaki-san? He said with a slight twitch. Hee, oops, I'll be going now, Hinaheim. Remind me why I showed the Hawkage that marriage contract. Ah, right, for my daughter's happiness. But Hinata, for my sake, please avoid such displays in front of me, or better yet, in public altogether, Hayashi requested, slightly exasperated. Of course, Tusan, Hinata replied, smirking in a way that made him uneasy. It reminded him of a certain blonde troublemaker. Arena, sorry about that, Proctor-san, Gaara-kun. No problem, Uzumaki. Are you both ready to begin? Hi, HN. Okay, the next match between Uzumaki Naruto and Sabuka no Gaara will. Suddenly, a swirl of leaves heralded Uchiha Sasuke's arrival, accompanied by his usual sidekick. Sorry I'm late. Sasuke isn't disqualified, right? Asked the lazy Jonin, half expecting an exception. Uchiha Sasuke was over 2 hours late. Hokage-sama disqualified him, so any complaints must be addressed to him. Otherwise, please exit the arena so we can start the match. What? I'm an Uchiha, you can't do this. Team, this is the Chunin exams, not a political debate. Clan status means nothing here. Leave now before I force you out. Ignoring the warning, Sasuke charged with Chidori, aiming to kill Naruto. Fool! Naruto performed a chain of hand seals and said, Uzumaki seal. Deadly intent seal. His palm pressed onto Sasuke's head. What did you do, Uzumaki? Kakashi roared. Hatake, as you and every elemental daimyo just saw, Sasuke attempted to kill a fellow leaf ninja. I have the right to punish him. Instead, I used an Uzumaki clan seal to lock away his chakra. Only I, the Hokage, or the I and T commander can release it. Hope there's no evidence against him, or he'll never use chakra again. For now, we're having a match. Hatake, take your friend and leave the field. Sasuke, as arrogant as ever, charged again. Naruto muttered, performing seals. Tora Inu Hebai Inu Tora. Bug Zapper no Jutsu. His Odachi glowed blue and transformed into a large racket with chakra running through it. As Sasuke reached him, Naruto swung, hitting the side of his head and sending him smashing into the opposite wall, twitching and smoking. The crowd erupted, amused by the irony. Now take your trash, Hatake, and go, Kakashi shunshined off to the medic tent. Sorry about that, Gaara had to deal with the trash. HN, whatever, mother wants your blood. Understood, Proctor. The longer this goes, the more likely someone dies. Of course, Hajime, the unexpected happened. Sand shuriken, Suna shuriken. 3 sand shuriken flew toward Gaara, who blocked them. What shocked him was Naruto producing sand from beneath his feet. Pathetic, using my own weapon against me. You'll pay for that, Uzumaki. Suna shuriken. Unlike before, Gaara didn't dodge, relying solely on his sand shield. Wind shield! The shuriken disintegrated. Naruto used the moment to form another, secretly infusing it with a small amount of Kyuubi chakra. Very clever, Naruto, thought the third Hokage, while his partner on the roof had other thoughts. Hee, go right ahead. Keep adding fuel, Naruto-kun, said a marked individual. Stands Sakura, why would the Baka use sand attacks against a sand user? Isn't that counterproductive? Asked the blonde one. Ino Pig, who knows? He's just a dumbass Baka, Sakura replied with disdain. Geez, forehead, calm down. Naruto is loud but no reason for all the hate. Since when do you care what I call him? He's nothing more than a giant Baka who'll die alone. Sakura realized she wasn't alone as Sand Shinobi, and the Hyuga clan emitted Ki toward her. Why are you angry? I speak the truth, she said, flustered. Shut up, Haruno. Do not speak of what you don't understand, said the most unexpected person. But sensei, it's true, Sakura protested. Listen, everything I did had a reason. I didn't teach you certain jutsu because your chakra was too small, so I built your reserves first. You fawned over Sasuke. I trained him in taijutsu because of his sociopathy, and Naruto, I had to break his mask to test him. I acted harsh to see his reaction before apologizing, Kakashi explained, voice heavy with sadness. I see, Kakashi. Do you know how long I held him as he cried for what you did? Bastard, if he forgives, I'll forget it. But you'll spar him with boulders tied to your back, Gaia's cheerleader. Hope your apology works. Hinata glared. I am truly sorry. I'll ensure that after the exams, Lady Hinata, Kakashi replied sincerely. Good. Haruno, if you ever speak about my fiancé like that again, clan laws will apply. Remember, don't spread rumors. Hi Hinata-sama. Now let's watch the match. Arena good, just keep this up and avoid his sand, thought Naruto. Sand shuriken. HN fool, Gaara said, absorbing the attack. I can't waste more chakra with the invasion coming. Fine. Multi-sand shuriken. Hundreds of shuriken infused with Kyuubi chakra flew at Gaara. Hee, sand burial, Gaara gloated but was confused when nothing worked. You understand now, I embedded chakra to disrupt your control. Hee, now let's finish this, Gaara, so Shukaku lets you sleep. You can do that? Yes, but it will hurt and you'll likely pass out. All right, go for it. Good. Uzumaki seal, demon imprisonment. Naruto pressed his fingers into Gaara's chest. As predicted, Gaara passed out. Shausa Uzumaki Naruto. The crowd erupted, cheering. Go Uzumaki, take it all the way. Way to go, Naruto. Naruto bowed, punched the air, and shunshed into the stands to meet Hinata. Hey Hinaheim, how was the match? He asked, grinning. Did you really have to waste so much chakra? No, but it was fun and proved I could get past his defense, Naruto replied sheepishly. Hinata shook her head. Geez, will you ever grow up? Where's the fun in that, Hinaheim? Hinata sighed. Naruto, can we speak? Asked a nervous Kakashi. Headache, I'll be blunt. You made your stance clear, so excuse me if I sound rude. I want to apologize, what I said was wrong. You can try, but it will have to wait. Let's watch the next match in peace. Even if I forgive you, you'll have to earn your title back. That's more than I can ask for, Kakashi said, slightly relieved. Let's watch. Arena next match. Aburame Shino vs Sabuka no Temari, begin. Let's start with a bang, shall we? Temari said with a grin, throwing a kunai with what appeared to be a paper bomb, but Naruto knew better. Definitely starting with a bang, Temari, but which one did you use? Temari hurled a kunai bomb at Shino, which exploded into swarming insects, revealing it was just a bug clone. But what no one except Naruto anticipated was that, when the bomb went off, instead of flames, an immense surge of water splashed across the arena. She quickly followed up by spinning 2 miniature fans, creating small wind cyclones. The combination of water chakra and wind chakra fused, forming ice and turning the entire field into a vast snow and ice landscape. What will you do now that your bugs are frozen solid? So, you know the weakness of the Aburame clan. Well, I do too, and I know how to handle this minor setback. Oh, do enlighten me, she said, her tone dripping with mockery. Why don't I demonstrate? With that, a large portion of the ice shattered, forming a ring of ice. What shocked everyone, including the Aburame clan, was that Shino's trapped bugs were flying freely, showing no sign of being encased. Wah, what just happened? I fed my Kakachu more chakra, they managed to break free. But the cold should have put them in hibernation, Temari noted. Apparently not, bugs swarm. I thought you'd be smarter than this, she said, swinging her small fans in a full circle before thrusting them upward. The air around her whirled, lifting all the bugs into the sky. Bad choice. Firestorm, all his insects rose, forming a dark cloud, as if signaling heavy rain. Release! The bugs plummeted like raindrops and ignited into flames. What, damn it? Wind bullet, she shouted, but instead of dispersing the bugs, the fire only intensified, shifting from orange to a striking blue. Everyone was stunned that Shino had turned an apparent weakness into immense power. Examiners, wow, that's 3 strong candidates for Chunin. 3, don't you mean 4? 4, there's Nara, that Sabuka girl from Suna and Aburame. You forgot Uzumaki. He displayed strength beyond our Jonin and strategies that could challenge even the Nara clan. The demo? Quiet. The boy has more political leverage than the Uchiha. Finish that sentence, and the ANBU behind you would have dealt with you first. The female examiner said sharply. What ANBU? That be me. Don't worry, we know about your infractions already. Ibiki is eager to meet you, right, Izuma-san? Hi, Dolphin-kun, ghosts on, Izuma replied, causing her colleague to blanch. Dolphin, stop frightening the young Chunin. I shudder to think what the doctor would do if we brought him in. Right, boss. Chunin, report to the Hawkage's office at 900 tomorrow for your punishment. Hi. The ANBU swiftly vanished from the stands. Told you the kid has some political sway. So you agree with my assessment? Hi, Stan's Kurenai, did you teach him that? Asuma asked, wide-eyed. No, I've never seen that technique before. Must be something his clan developed over the break. Nor us, Yuhai-san, said a man with black goggles, a tan trench coat, and an afro like Shino's. Shibai-san, what do you mean it's not your clan? No, he developed it himself. Though I recognize it from the scrolls of our clan's founders. Differences exist. It doesn't harm his hive or exhaust chakra. Shino seems to control the field. Maybe, but something feels off with that Suna shinobi, Asuma frowned. Oh hush, you're just bitter Shikamaru lost to her, Kurenai teased. No, Kurenai, this isn't about Shikamaru. I expected his loss. But Temari, converting the arena to ice is a self-imposed handicap. Think about it, why would someone from Suna, used to the desert, create an ice battlefield? It's suspicious. Perhaps I can clarify, Asuma-sensei. True, Shino initially seems disadvantaged. Cold can freeze his bugs. Yet he overcame that. Temari, unaware of this, lost her edge. Still, the balance favors her slightly, the blonde said with a sly, fox-like grin. Why call Asuma-sensei when I'm your designated teacher? Kakashi asked mournfully. Hadake-san, he trained me pre-academy. Even if not my current instructor, he earned the title. Why? He taught formations, traps, the Ino-Shikacho strategies. Others neglect that. So why wouldn't I call him sensei? You've given me much to consider. No, Hadake-san, that's just the surface, Naruto replied, turning back to Asuma, who looked bewildered. I'll explain later. I expect Temari to win because Shino's attack, while strong, drains enormous chakra. As long as she avoids the falling bugs, victory is hers. Though I agree, I still suspect Suna's girl is up to something. Hee, more than you know, Asuma-sensei. Cage's booth, impressive, Hokage dono. I hadn't realized the Aburame could endure the cold, Kazekage commented. Well, Kazekage dono, this year's genin are all remarkable. If anyone could overcome Aburame weaknesses, it's these kids. Arena Shino's bugs finished their first volley, leaving Temari slightly scorched. Hee, that all you got. Try this Sierra Firestorm. Temari swung her giant fan, tossing two explosive tags. One erupted into flames, the other into scorching dirt, which, heated further by her fan, created molten rocks and blue flames. Shino vanished in a puff of smoke. Spectators' shadow clone. Hee, clever transformation. Let's see how it plays out, Naruto remarked. Henge no genjutsu, of course henge. So simple yet effective, Kurenai whispered. Hokage booth impressive. Second genin this year to perform the shadow clone. Your secret? Nothing much, yours. Secrets remain secrets, I suppose. Hee, got it. Shino didn't use a shadow clone but henge. Arena clonee now, where's the real bug boy? Oh, I see. Temari spun her fan counterclockwise, tilting it to create a rising column of hot air. Everyone from Suna recognized the coming threat and tensed. Suna Tempest Storm! A massive vortex of razor-sharp wind and sand attacked. Unfortunately for Temari, Shino's bugs had her trapped. As she unleashed the attack, she collapsed, and Shino reappeared, winded but victorious. Shaosha Shino! The crowd erupted into cheers, with some groans from those who lost bets. There'll be a 40-minute break to clear the arena before the finals. Shino Aburame and Naruto Uzumaki will face off. Few noticed the clan details amid the excitement, but key figures did. Hee, Dad's finally acknowledging the boy. Let's see the council's reaction, Asuma mused. Sarutobi clan, that's why Naruto could defy the third, it's his clan, Kurenai realized. Troublesome, muttered the local Nara males. Hokage booth, wait. He's from the Sarutobi clan. Orochimaru was stunned. Hee, yes, but that's nothing compared to what's coming, Sarutobi replied, piquing Orochimaru's curiosity. He decided to delay attacking the Leaf Village until after the Chunin exams. Celebrations made everyone too distracted to defend against an oncoming assault. Kyukuku, the leaf will fall, old man, Orochimaru thought. Concession stand, never thought Naruto would reach finals, Hana Inuzuka remarked. I know, pup, his tricks were incredible. That Sunajutsu, how did he learn it? Too bad he's claimed, I'd love to get close, another commented. She's shy Hinata, Kiba's crush, she won't hold him off long. Oh, I doubt that, Sum-chan. Why, Hayashi? Simple, trained by Naruto and Jiraiya, she's more than Chunin material, maybe Jonin. She can defend herself. And if she fails, the engagement contract ensures Naruto is hers by 16. It looks like you've prepared yourself, but if necessary, I'll find a way through. Feel free to try, but without involving Hinata, killing, or polygamy, Naruto would still refuse. We'll see about that, Hayashi-kun. Oh, I'm not scared, Sum-chan. Hayashi? Yes, Hayashi asked, only to have Kumaru Tsum's canine companion clamp down on his sensitive area. That's for calling me Chan, Tsume shouted, laughing, as she and Hana walked away, leaving the Hyuga male writhing on the ground, clutching himself. Tsume, was it really necessary to bite his, you know? Now I've got the taste of an old man in my mouth, and it won't go away. The large canine complained. Hee hee, absolutely, Tsume replied, cackling. Crazy pets, Kumaru thought, a bead of sweat forming on his forehead. Rookie 9, holy crap, that was incredible. I've never seen a match like that, exclaimed a stunned Choji, unusually not eating chips. I don't get why everyone's making a big deal. Shino just handled that Suna chick, muttered Sakura, frustration radiating as a wave of killer intent pressed down on her, almost knocking her off her feet. Haruno, while on active duty, I suggest you avoid insulting allies. It could cost you your life one day. Instantly, the oppressive energy lifted, allowing Sakura to speak again. Who are you to lecture me about manners and protocol? Apparently, the academy has slacked off far more than I expected. Sakura, shut it, that's, Shikamaru began but was cut off. It's just some clueless pervert who doesn't know when to back off. Idiot, if you don't leave, I'll summon the ANBU. Oh, go ahead, little Genin. But only the Hokage may call the ANBU or Naruto himself, but only his personal guard responds. Anyone else trying without cause, 24 hours in jail, understand. The ANBU's tone was cold and emotionless. Why does that Dobi get his own personal guard, and not Sasuke-kun? He's the last Uchiha. Not my choice, and even if it were, I wouldn't tell you, Genin. I demand to know, you worthless ninja, the Banshee screamed, causing gasps all around, even Shikamaru paled. What's your problem? You all know I'm right. No, Haruno-san, you don't understand, said a deep voice. Everyone turned to see a massive man clad in official Reikage armor, kanji for lightning emblazoned across his chest. At his side stood another equally massive man, and behind them, a full entourage including the Tsuchikage and Mizukage. Shikamaru bowed immediately. Reikage-sama, Tsuchikage-sama, Mizukage-sama, what brings you here? We're here to see Naruto perform in the exams, the Tsuchikage said. Why would leaders like you care about a loser? Sakura scoffed, pink hair catching the light. Watch your tone, Haruno. Don't forget who you're speaking to, you might trigger Konoha's ruin by insulting the other leaders. Everyone froze, glaring at the Banshee, who finally fell silent. Ghost stepped forward. Please, Reikage-sama, Mizukage-sama, Tsuchikage-sama, the Hokage awaits. Of course, Ghost-san, no need to start a war over a civilian's rudeness. Follow me to the cage box. Cage box, Hokage-sama, the other cages have arrived. Thank you, Ghost-kun. You may go, I know you have other matters. The Hokage smirked knowingly. Of course, Hokage-sama, Ghost said, flickering away. The Hokage gestured toward the extra seats he had reserved. So, what do you think when you're not trying to destroy it? The Hokage asked. It's impressive, Lord Hokage. Perhaps we could be given a tour after the Chunin exams, Mizukage replied with a smile. Hee, of course, Mizukage Dono. If all of you are interested, you're welcome to join. HMPH, sounds good, Hokage Dono, replied Reikage. Excellent. I have a favor, would any of you spar with the Chunin exam winner? We intended an exhibition match between Uchiha Sasuke and the winner, but Sasuke attacked another ninja from behind, and his chakra is now sealed until his trial, long overdue, in my opinion. Isn't that too harsh, Hokage Dono? The Kazekage asked. No, that boy has been coddled far too long. It's time he and the council face consequences. Will any of you accept the challenge? I will, Hokage Dono, replied the Kazekage. Thank you. Let's begin the final match. Arena, Uzumaki Naruto and Abraham Shino, report to the arena. Naruto arrived in a swirl of sand while Shino limped calmly to the center. Uzumaki, I've come to apologize for my previous injuries. They've left me unable to fight at full strength. Shino leaned in, whispering, Ghosts on, and Naruto stiffened. Thank you for acknowledging that, Shino. I hope we can have a proper rematch someday. I look forward to it, Uzumaki-san. Cheers erupted from the stands as fireworks lit the sky, and the two shook hands. Stands way to go, Naruto-koi, Hinata said lovingly, seated with her sister and father. That's my boy, Naruto, Jirya yelled from the Hokage's box, startling the visiting cages except Sarutobi, who was used to his antics. The Hokage turned to the examiners. So, who do you recommend for promotion? After discussion, Abraham Shino should be promoted to Chunin for exceptional control over clan jutsu and emotions. Hyuga Neji is not ready, nor is Uchiha Sasuke. What is he even doing in the shinobi program? Flashback Kakashi sat tied to a chair in the I&T department. So Hatake, do you know why you're here? Asked a short woman with purple hair and a ponytail, wearing a trench coat over revealing mesh. For insulting Naruto Uzumaki. Partially. You also violated the Sandaime law concerning his burdens. But the council finds me if Naruto grows stronger than the pitiful Uchiha. I checked the law. Yes, and all Konoha laws require Hokage approval. Anyone misusing them commits treason. Understood? Yes. Then why train the Uchiha kid if you dislike him? The Hokage asked me to. Sasuke is a flight risk, especially since Anko abandoned me when Orochimaru left. Never mention that again. Why not train them evenly? The council finds me if Naruto gets stronger. They claim the fox is influencing him. I'm only protecting him. Did you try talking to the Hokage? I did. Naruto could only enter the academy if Sasuke passed the mental exam. The Hokage had to overlook Sasuke's instability. I understand. You'll remain restrained until all facts are verified. If correct, you'll be released. If not, you'll face further consequences. Understood? Yes. Flashback end Hokage-sama, you were zoning out, said the lead examiner. Apologies, please continue. Next, the Sand siblings. Gaara's sand seal has improved but will leave his chakra depleted. Kankuro did not fight, so we cannot assess him. Temari demonstrates excellent wind control. She should be promoted to Chunin. Nara Shikamaru, despite laziness, shows natural talent and strategic awareness. He too should be promoted. And Uzumaki Naruto, though our personal views are mixed, his skill in the arena cannot be ignored. He deserves at least elite Chunin, possibly Jonin. The surrounding cage's KI pressure vanished. Thank you. We'll finalize the decision shortly. After deliberation, the Hokage rose to announce the results. Could the following individuals please make their way to the arena? Nara Shikamaru, Sabaku no Temari, and Shino Aburame. Upon their arrival, Sarutobi stepped forward and announced, "Congratulations to all three of you. You have officially been promoted to the rank of Chunin. Take these vests and wear them with honor as you guide the next generation of shinobi toward brighter times." At this, the crowd erupted in cheers and fireworks illuminated the sky. Before we wrap up, I have one more announcement. The exhibition match originally scheduled between Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto has been cancelled due to Sasuke being hospitalized. But fear not. Our very own Kazekage has graciously agreed to face young Uzumaki in an exhibition match. The victor will be awarded a very special prize. Let's hear it for Uzumaki Naruto and the Kazekage. The stadium roared in applause. Most attendees had placed their bets on the Kazekage, while only a few who truly knew Naruto dared to wager on him. Arena, everyone, please return to your seats. The exhibition match between the Sandaime Kazekage and Genin Uzumaki Naruto is about to begin. The audience fell silent, anticipation hanging thick in the air for what promised to be the battle of the century. Combatants, are you ready? With nods from both sides, the Sandaime stepped forward. Hajime, the fighters leapt apart, forming hand seals while simultaneously shouting, "Summoning Jutsu!" Two bursts of smoke erupted. One revealed Manda, the massive snake summon, but the other was unlike anything expected. Far more powerful and otherworldly than Gamabunta, it radiated an aura that stunned everyone. As the smoke cleared, the spectators gasped. There stood Manda, the legendary snake summon usually bound to Orochimaru. Fear rippled through the crowd. Thoughts of Orochimaru attempting to manipulate the demon to destroy the village sent chills down their spines. Yet their shock only deepened when they saw Naruto's summon. Not Gamabunta, but something far older, larger, and immensely more formidable. "Rise, Dragona, queen of the summons. Show no mercy to the traitorous Manda," Naruto commanded. The smoke dispersed to reveal a colossal creature, hundreds of feet tall, circling the stadium with a commanding presence. Naruto then produced 10 shadow clones, who moved to seal off the surrounding areas to protect the audience from stray jutsu. Uzumaki seal, Heaven's Wall. A pale white glow enveloped the arena as a towering golden barrier of chakra sprang up, stretching to the sky. These seals, Orochimaru, are what made the Uzumaki clan feared during the Third Shinobi War. "This wall is unbreakable and can only be undone by me," Naruto stated, his face a mask of cold indifference. Kyukuku will see brat, Manda attack. Do not command me, you hairless monkey. You think I'll face the queen and her summoner? Impossible. But wouldn't you love revenge? Of course, you twisted pervert, but as you can see, this arena is sealed by the boy's barrier. I cannot fight where the queen could dive-bomb us. You're on your own. With that, Manda lunged, only to be torn apart by the barrier, screaming in agony. Hee hee, I did say it was impenetrable. One less problem, Naruto smirked. Dragona, deploy poison mist. As you wish, Narukun, but when will you help with the hatchlings? Not now, Dragona, but you promised about the hatchlings. A flood of Ki poured across the arena. F-ing great. Now I'm in the doghouse and not the good kind with Hana-chan, Naruto muttered. What? When I get my hands on you, Uzumaki, you're dead. Hinata screamed, furious. Wait, Hinata. Listen before you attack. Kiba intervened, trying to calm her. Why should I? Because Naruto is referring to the night that changed everything for him. How so? The night he donned his mask and never looked back, the cheerful idiot everyone knew was gone. No offense, Kiba. Just get to the point. All right, one night, Hana was walking the triplets when they encountered a scene that would haunt her forever. The night Naruto truly died. Flashback jutsu. The night was clear and quiet. Hana strolled with the triplets when a faint, metallic scent of blood reached her. Unlike usual, this was strong, signaling something grave. Go, boys, find the source, Hana commanded. The triplets obeyed, racing through the streets until they discovered a battered and bloodied Naruto, face down in an alley. Oh my gosh, Naruto, Hana cried. Formation M! The dogs quickly formed a triangle with a stretcher harness. Naruto was carefully lifted. Take him home, quickly. Stop only when you reach Mom. The triplets sprinted at full speed, while Hana vanished via a leaf shunshin. Hokage-sama. Naruto's been attacked, the young heir reported nervously. Where is he? Sarutobi demanded. At my clan compound, sir, came the reply. Why not the hospital? The assailant was likely a high-level medic nin, making precise cuts that prevented normal chakra healing. The compound's medical wing is fully equipped and safe for him, the heir explained. Very well, let's go. The Hokage's voice held a trace of remorse. At the Inuzuka compound, the triplets barreled across the grounds until reaching the main house. Their barking summoned the matriarch, frazzled and wild-eyed. What's happened? She asked, but upon seeing Naruto, screamed and rushed him to the medical wing. Doctors quickly began treatment. 30 minutes later, the Hokage and Hana arrived. How is he, Mom? Hana asked. I don't know, Hana. Whoever did this was extremely skilled. Naruto's chakra cannot heal him as usual. The Hokage summoned all previous doctors and nurses who treated Naruto. Alarms blared, the machines indicated flatlines. Code Blue, a doctor shouted. Tsume and Hana paled. The Hokage asked for clarification. Naruto may not survive. All vital signs and chakra pathways are cut and sealed. Minutes later, the medical team emerged. Tsume-sama, Hokage-sama, I'm sorry. As of 22:07, Uzumaki Naruto has died. Even with his burden, recovery was impossible. Thank you, doctor, Tsume replied quietly. Meanwhile, Naruto awoke. Naruto, wake up, a voice echoed. Huh, Naruto replied calmly. Wake up, you're dying. Pull yourself together. I am awake. Now, what's this about dying? You were attacked by a high-level medic nin who severed your chakra. There's a way to save yourself and everyone else. Hurry. How do I find you? Your voice is everywhere. You must discover that on your own, young one. Maybe I can sense it with spiritual pressure, Naruto mused. He focused, detecting a blood-red ribbon of energy leading down one of the corridors of his mind. Finally, let's see where this leads. With that, Naruto sprinted down the corridor, following the trail of the red ribbon. It led him all the way to a circular chamber with a pedestal at its center, a katana thrust upright into it. That was when the voice returned. Good, you've located the chamber, hero. We can deal with everything else later, but for now, grasp the sword in the center. Pull it out, and I will be free to assist you further. Naruto didn't hesitate. As he reached for the blade, he paused and asked, Why should I? You could be setting a trap for me. I could be, but it's extremely unlikely. You and I share a connection unlike anything found in the elemental nations. So hurry, take the sword. It is meant for you. Naruto wasted no more time. He drew the sword from the pedestal and a blinding white light engulfed him. Meanwhile, outside Naruto's room, the Hokage and the Inuzuka were discussing Naruto's death arrangements when the monitor above them began beeping again. Tsume gasped and dashed into Naruto's room, only to see him wrapped in a golden energy, not chakra, yet eerily similar. "What is that, Hokage-sama?" Tsume asked. I'm not sure, Tsume-chan," the Hokage admitted. Slowly, the energy faded and Naruto came to, looking around at everyone. Where am I? Last thing I remember, I was running from someone in a beige suit and a white mask, and then so much pain. He recalled the events in his mindscape and noticed the sword he had drawn lying beside him, along with a white fox mask, 3 red whisker marks on each cheek, reminiscent of his own face. "Naruto-kun, can you describe your attacker?" The Hokage asked gently but noticed the sword and mask nearby. "I'm sorry, Jiji, I don't remember anything else," Naruto said, tears welling in his eyes. "Don't worry. You've already confirmed our suspicions that a medical ninja attacked you. Now we just need to identify them. Also, how did you come across this sword and mask?" the Hokage inquired. "I pulled it from the pedestal in the Room of Heroes in my mind," Naruto replied. "Ah, Naruto, you've unlocked your mother's bloodline, the Shinigami lineage. You now wield the powers of Ryutetsu and can guide the dead to the other side. But you'll need extensive training to control your chakra alongside Ryutetsu, using them both together and separately. Rest for now, and come see me in a week for your new training schedule and inheritance," the Hokage said with a kind smile. "Okay, Jiji," Naruto exclaimed. He settled down to rest, waking a few hours later to a floral fragrance instead of the usual hospital disinfectants. He saw a girl a few years older than him holding him, surrounded by 3 large dogs keeping them warm. Naruto smiled at the feeling. Perhaps this is what family feels like. He snuggled back into the blankets for a few more hours of sleep. Flashback end, so Hinata, he was nearly killed that night. He stayed at the compound for a week, and Hana took care of him. "From what I know, there's no romantic interest, just family bonds. You can ask him yourself, but let him explain," Kiba said. "Okay, I'll let him speak before making any decisions," Hinata replied. "Thank you. Now can you release the Ki? Then I might believe you," Hayashi called from behind the young Genins. "Oops, back to Naruto-kun's match, it's almost over." Back in the arena, Naruto faced Orochimaru, both waiting for the other to make a move. With the barrier still in place and Dragona sitting on her haunches awaiting orders, there wasn't much either could do. "All right, team, time to end this. I've handled your little garden snake," Naruto said with cold contempt. "Kukyukuku, do you really think you can beat me?" Orochimaru grinned wickedly. "No, I don't think I know. Prepare yourself, you die today." Naruto's eyes blazed with fire. He lunged forward, drawing a katana he had received years ago, on the day he nearly died. The blade was nearly as long as him, with a blue and black handle trimmed in gold, an integrated guard, and a fearsome black blade with jagged red edges. The Hokage smirked, seeing Naruto unleash his full power, the same one that once served as his personal ANBU guard. "Hee, show them, Naruto. I'll support you every step of the way. Show them your strength." That blade. "No, it can't be. The brat everyone underestimated is the most feared shinobi alive, surpassing even the Sennin in their prime. I must end this now," Orochimaru thought. "Kyukuku, interesting sword, Naruto-kun. Care to tell me where you got it?" Naruto raised an eyebrow, sarcasm in his tone. "If you were meant to know, you would. But I'm feeling generous. The story was told, yet what wasn't told was that during my death experience, I gained powers not of this world. Powers that will now kill you." With that, Naruto lunged at speeds hard to track. Orochimaru barely parried the strike, but Naruto angled his blade, nicking Orochimaru above his right eye, blood spilling freely. "Kyukuku, nice try, but it will take more than a scratch to kill me," Orochimaru smirked. "You're right, but what you're missing is honor. You never outright kill without testing your opponent. You've proven formidable, but your skills are unrefined. No true master would disrespect a blade like this, nor parry an obviously more skilled swordsman. Unlucky for you, that was your fatal flaw. Now you'll pay with your head on the Hokage's mantle." "You sure know how to talk, Baka," Orochimaru said in annoyance. "Come on, Naruto-kun, end this," the Hokage urged silently. Other cages, surprising. Orochimaru, known for blade skills, Being outshone by a newly promoted Chunin must be a blow to his pride. But does the boy understand what he speaks, or is he playing mind games? Asked the Sandame Kazekage. No, Kazekage dono, he speaks truth, at least according to the samurai of the Lost Lands. Honor is key there. This boy kills only when necessary and tests his opponents. He understands true ninja ways but blends honor into it. A feat the Land of Iron has tried for generations, the Raikage said. Indeed, Raikage dono. My pupil embodies what my country has strived to achieve, said a stranger with a goatee and sword at his hip. Excuse me, Mifune-sensei, I must leave you with the other cages, but my second-in-command, Dolphin, will intervene if needed, ANBU captain said, vanishing in smoke. Other genins, what's that baka holding? That sword looks broken. How can it hold up in battle? The pink-haired girl demanded. Tenton growled, You clueless fool, obsessed with gossip yet ignorant about the most feared sword. That blade can infect someone with a nick and there's no cure. Some say it's not even poison but something unknown. The last time it appeared, Mifune-sama trained the ANBU ghost with it. Then how does Uzumaki-san have it? Shino asked. I don't know, Abaram-san, either he stole it or is the true owner. Back in the arena, Orochimaru realized the truth. Wait, you're the ANBU ghost, the most feared shinobi across the elemental nations, triple S-class. Say something, the blonde taunted, while the audience snickered at the audacity of his claim. Back with the cages, all eyes turned to Mifune, filled with astonishment. So this is how the blonde kid behaves like a samurai, yet strikes with the precision of a ninja, someone muttered. The elegant Mizukage spoke up. Very well, Mifune dono. But why choose him now, especially since you've taken no students since the Third Shinobi War? Mifune's lips curved into a knowing grin. He fights for peace, nothing else. He battles only to end suffering. He'll be fascinating to observe in the years to come, remarked the aged Tsuchikage. With Hinata, he's finally taking things seriously, huh? Hayashi said, a hint of surprise in his voice. Does that really astonish you, father? Just look at how he handled Neji and Gaara, Hinata replied calmly. You're right, daughter. Yet even so, I'm always amazed by his hidden strength. Hayashi's words made Hinata smile. Yes, father, you're right. Back in the arena, Orochimaru, why don't we make this fair? Show me your sage mode, Naruto said flatly, his eyes cold, fully aware that killing this man might be necessary for the village. I don't know what you're talking about, brat. I don't have a sage mode. Then it seems you are truly the weakest among your team. Kyofu would forgive me for ending you here. You brat, you really think you can intimidate me? The snake team hissed, fear creeping into his voice. Words are done. Erupt in fury and consume your foes, Draguna. Naruto glowed in golden light, golden armor forming over his right side and arm. The armor had deep red lines threading through it, giving it a menacing aura. The sword had transformed too, no longer jagged, now a strange cylinder whose origins unsettled onlookers. Orochimaru, consider yourself fortunate. I only release this form when someone must die. Ha! What can that little cylinder do to me, the mightiest of the Sannin? Naruto's voice was calm. This! He hurled the cylinder, which erupted into twin columns of blue flames, each about 4 feet tall. The Sannin's smirk faltered, it was just a mud clone. That was too close. It's not over, Brissinger. Naruto launched a barrage of blue fireballs. The snake dispersed into countless snakes, a substitution technique. This brat is truly aiming to kill me, and he has the strength to do it. Luckily, he lacks the experience, the Sannin thought, uneasy. In the Hokage's booth, that's why he's never shown his full release before. It's terrifying, Mifune muttered. I thought your goal was to work with the Gaki to unify the world. I just don't know what's happening. He rarely uses Shikai. Mifune relaxed as Naruto spoke again, and the other cages leaned back, watching intently. I won't rest yet, team. Feel the touch of Kami. Redeem yourself, Dragona, Bankai. A golden tornado erupted into the sky, forming an ethereal being in the stadium. It was Naruto, now encased in radiant golden armor, wielding a solid silver blade with a gold and silver handle and a dangling chain. Civilians who had wronged him prayed for mercy, knowing the power before them was divine. With Konoha 12, that's Naruto, what happened to him? Kiba shouted. I can explain, an unfamiliar voice said. The Konoha genins turned to see the cages of the other villages, Mifune at the forefront, both proud and astonished. Naruto wields a sword crafted from Shinigami spirit energy. These swords can transform 3 times. The first is Shikai, the second is Bankai, Mifune explained, scanning the crowd of clan leaders, Jiraiya and Hinata. The third, Hayashi asked. The final release. It's nearly lethal. Any Shinigami loses powers, and for Naruto it could kill him. He must never use it. Gasps filled the audience. Hinata felt her father and Neji squeeze her shoulders, lending support. Back in the arena, this fight's gone on long enough, team. Your judgment comes now. Last words, Naruto asked, expression blank. Screw you, I'm immortal. No mortal can kill me. Then face eternal judgment. Naruto slammed his blade into the ground. The battlefield glowed gold, judging everyone within. When the light faded, Orochimaru and the third Hokage were on their knees, exhausted. Only Naruto remained untouched. Your chakra is sealed. Only a Shinigami or Kami can lift it, but to prevent further harm, I'll end this now. Naruto lunged forward, but a masked figure appeared, blocking his path. How did you get through? My shield was impenetrable, Naruto demanded. Oh, just knocked out your clones. The shield fell, the figure replied. I see. Now that snake is safe, Madara Uchiha, Naruto asked. Oh Sakura, was it really necessary to send me flying? The announcer asked. Sakura, unbothered, swung her frying pan of DOOMTM, sending him into orbit again. The author then addressed readers. Naruto Cullen does not own the Naruto franchise. Those rights belong to Viz Media and the original creator. Due to writer's block caused by giving characters too much power too fast, chapter releases slowed. But inspiration has returned, promising continuation. Also, the author has begun a Minecraft YouTube channel, MC Cavern Lord, showcasing FTB mods and vanilla gameplay. Flashback Jutsu, I see. Now that snake is protected, how can I assist you, Madara Uchiha? The stadium fell silent. Chaos erupted as the words sank in. Did the brat just claim this man founded the Uchiha clan and helped establish Konoha? One ANBU whispered. Yes. Wait for the Hokage's orders and evacuate civilians if necessary, another ANBU instructed. Further in the stands, the Konoha 12 discussed Naruto's claim. That blonde idiot thinks Madara Uchiha is alive. He died fighting the first Hokage years ago, Shikamaru sighed. History isn't always accurate, especially back then. What we know is, Madara left the village, clashed with the first Hokage at the final valley and vanished. Only the first returned, severely wounded. This could be the real Madara or an imposter. Either way, stay alert. Well spoken, son. As of now, Konoha is on maximum alert. All genin are to report to their jonin instructors and await further instructions, commanded the scarred man whose face told tales of countless battles. Everyone acknowledged the orders with a nod and started to disperse, until the prideful Uchiha spoke up. And who exactly are you to be giving orders to an Uchiha? Across the stadium, muffled smacks and mutters of moron echoed. The man turned toward the genin, surprise flickering in his eyes before it hardened into sheer contempt. His voice remained calm, though a sharp edge lurked beneath it. Ah, our illustrious little prince, he said. The Uchiha smirked, clearly expecting deference. Oh, how mistaken he was. The man's next words sent chills down the spines of everyone present. Uchiha, allow me to introduce myself, since apparently you don't recognize your superior officer. I am Shikaku Nara, the commanding jonin of Konoha and father of Shikamaru. A brief pause hung in the air before the fool spoke, something so absurd it drew collective facepalms from the crowd. So, he asked. Murmurs of shock and disdain rippled through the audience. Shikaku fixed him with a steady glare and explained. Listen carefully, Uchiha. The chain of command begins at the genin level, reporting to either Chunin or their jonin sensei depending on the mission. Chunin report to their jonin supervisor. Jonin report directly to me, the jonin commander. I, in turn, report to the Hokage and operate on the same level as the ANBU commander in daily force management. So pay attention, follow orders without question, and stay silent. Jonin Sensei, brief your teams on their assignments. Team 7, you are to escort the civilians to the shelter. Kakashi, your reports were accurate. Once the situation clears, you are to report to the Hokage at 7 a.m. sharp. With that, Shikaku turned and vanished via Shunshin. Why should I be heading to the shelters? I'm an Uchiha. The Hokage should be sending me straight to the front lines, grumbled the arrogant emo. Quiet, Sasuke. Right now, your mouth has already caused enough trouble, and with your chakra sealed, you'd be useless anyway. Evacuate with the civilians, Kakashi replied, clearly exasperated. The young Uchiha remained silent, but he nodded, showing reluctant compliance. Nearby, Hanabi's curiosity got the better of her. Hinata, why is everyone so tense about the two men facing Naruto ne? She asked. Hinata said nothing, her face pale. Fortunately, Hayashi returned, even paler, and spoke to his youngest daughter. Hanabi, Naruto is confronting two of Konoha's greatest traitors, one of whom was instrumental in founding this village. Let's hope for the best. Hinata, how capable are you? On my own, I'm mid-level Jonin. With Naruto covering my weaknesses and me covering his, we function at SS rank. I am mid-Jonin, he's high Kage or higher, Hinata answered with quiet confidence. Good. You and Jai wait, where is Jiraiya-sama? Hayashi asked, concern evident in his tone. He left the moment Naruto-koi's barrier was lifted, Hinata replied, composed, though a shadow of anger lingered behind her. Understood, Hinata. Support Naruto and Jiraiya-sama, commanded Hayashi. Hi, Tusan, Hinata responded, disappearing via Shunshin to rejoin Jiraiya and Naruto on the stadium floor. Meanwhile, among the other cages. What's our course of action? Asked B to his elder brother, the Raikage, who glanced at the other cages. Nods of agreement followed. B, prepare for war. You and your team will assist the Kage and Naruto against this Madara character if needed, and support Konoha with evacuation. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, replied A back on the stadium floor. Jiraiya and Hinata arrived simultaneously. They nodded to each other and flanked Naruto, who remained in sword release mode. He glanced at them, wishing they weren't here, yet knew their aid was essential. Glad you two could join, though I'd rather not have you in danger, especially you, Hinata. Still, it's reassuring to have your backs, Naruto said, earning 2 nods in acknowledgement. Even if you told us not to come, Naruto-koi, we would, Hinata responded firmly. Naruto then called out to the third. Hey, Gramps, you holding up all right? Need a break? The third chuckled. Old, yes, but still capable of assisting the other cages in protecting innocence. Naruto glanced at Hinata. Give him a chakra pill, he'll need it today. Hi. Heads up, old pervert. Hinata tossed 2 small pills. They're safe, just extra potent. 2 fill a cage-level chakra system, Naruto explained. The third took one immediately, storing the other for later. Madara, why so quiet? Why haven't you struck? The golden-armored blonde demanded. Simple, Naruto-kun. I am not here for you or this village yet. I am here for this snake whose absence would disrupt my plans, Madara said, voice smooth and menacing. Naruto merely shrugged. The third panicked. Naruto, we can't let him take Orochimaru. Relax, old man. He's not after Orochimaru, but the ring he wears. It contains a sealing matrix capable of controlling Bijus without extreme measures. Orochimaru lost it years ago, Naruto clarified. Ah, Naruto-kun, you're mistaken. He and Kabuto orchestrated the theft to get him off their backs. I will take the snake and find the ring, Madara replied, vanishing with Orochimaru in a swirl. Damn it, Naruto, why didn't you stop him? Now 2 traitors are free to wreak havoc, the third shouted. Simple. Orochimaru lost the ring by theft. Itachi gave it to me for study, Naruto explained. The third froze, shocked. Why are you associating with known CRIMINALS? Perhaps ask the 3 elders, who are secretly convening without a Kage or Shinobi council present, Naruto shot back. Why should I? The third asked. There are S-rank secrets to reveal, none suitable for public knowledge, Naruto said. Realization dawned on the third. What do you expect me to do? Finish the closing ceremony. Then you Jiraiya, the Shinobi Council, ANBU, and I confront your council. Oh, and grow a backbone while you're at it. You're right, Naruto, but they seized too much power after the fourth's death, the third muttered. No, old man. They only gained powers you allowed. They cannot pass laws without a Kage to sign them, and you didn't audit the process. But you can fix it with a full legal review, Naruto explained. Correct, but that takes time, the third noted. Simple, shadow clones, Naruto said. A collective realization struck the cages. Only the third knew the cage no bushin. He created 4 clones, sending them to review 13 years of laws. People of Konoha, special guests, Cage Dono, apologies for the interruptions. We shall proceed with the closing ceremony. Later, in the council chamber, that brat has gone too far, shouted a portly man in fine silk. He was supposed to perish in the tournament, not emerge victorious. Quiet, Yakimono, our plans remain unchanged, replied the elder, flanked by 2 subordinates. The man, 6 feet tall, with bandages over his arm and face, exuded dark authority. Danzo, head of the secret route operatives. The council meeting was underway in the village's formal assembly chamber, a long room with 2 parallel rows of tables stretching down the center and a single chair with a matching table at the far end, facing the rest. But this was no ordinary furniture. The chair was crafted from solid cherry wood, and the table bore intricate seals along its edges, subtle enough that anyone not trained in seals would overlook them. This was the Hawkage seat, the position of authority where the current Hawkage presided over village affairs. No council could convene without the Hawkage present, and anyone attempting otherwise risked charges of high treason and execution. What do you mean this changes nothing, Danzo? That boy wasn't meant to train under Kakashi at all. Every shinobi instructor, including Kakashi, was supposedly paid to sabotage his training so he'd die on a genin mission, Yakimono exclaimed. Danzo glanced at him briefly before speaking. Yakimono-san, it's in both your interest and ours to drop this matter. He is strong, yes, but not because of the academy or Kakashi headache. The sabotage occurred as ordered, under threat of death. Yet he must have trained outside Konoha's jurisdiction, leaving us powerless. However, there is a solution. Apprehend Uzumaki Naruto and bring him to the council chambers immediately. An ANBU, wearing the standard black uniform and rat-shaped mask, appeared and asked, "Under what charges?" "Treason." "Hi." A faint plume of smoke vanished into the rafters above unnoticed. Hawkage's office Naruto stiffened, his gaze fixed on the old man. "So the old man has ordered one of your ANBU to arrest me for treason? Perfect. Let's see how this plays out, Danzo." Danzo smirked. "He has he? Then let us surprise him. Here's the plan." "Council chambers, where is that demon child?" barked a civilian counselor, only to have his head severed instantly. "Behind you," Naruto's cold voice echoed. A reminder that the third law is still in force. "Uzumaki Naruto, you are charged with treason. Evidence suggests you intended to defect and annihilate Konoha's power. How do you plead?" "Not guilty," Naruto replied, his voice detached. "This is preposterous. We have enough proof to convict any Cage," a haughty counselor interjected. Naruto's grim smile widened. "Counselor Tsukemshi, correct. Allow me to clarify some facts. You just admitted access to sealed ANBU operation files, documents restricted to the Jonin commander, ANBU commander, and the Hawkage. Civilians like yourselves have no right to view them, yet none of those authorized are present." "Silence, brat. The council has access to all military records," Tsukemshi roared. Naruto looked upon him with barely concealed pity. "Pity indeed. Your family has just lost its ignorance. For clarity, council bylaws restrict your role to advising the Hawkage on civilian matters, markets, traffic, immigration, and the like. Accessing S-class documents is treason punishable by death. These files exist to protect the ANBU and the village. Those who violate this secrecy are threats and must be removed." The counselors paled. Naruto continued, calm and measured. "Furthermore, my mission was to foster alliances with other villages to secure peace across the elemental nations." A counselor sneered. "Why worry? One man cannot unite the villages, especially one of our stature," Naruto snorted. "Arrogance paired with ignorance typical. You see, the delay was intentional, meant to gather all necessary parties and documents." "Which documents? Which people?" the incensed counselor demanded. Suddenly, a door was blown from the chamber wall. "Ah, the delay was for me, Counselor Tsukemshi," the Hawkage declared from the doorway, flanked by the fire daimyo, cages from each nation, and 2 full ANBU squads radiating lethal energy. "I see," Tsukemshi muttered. "What evidence do you have, Hawkage-sama?" asked one cage. "This," the Hawkage replied, waving a manila folder. "Proof not only of conspiracy and treason among the elder counselors but also murder, and most shockingly, the orchestrated downfall of 3 founding clans. Danzo Shimura and his cohorts pushed the Uchiha toward civil war, resulting in Itachi Uchiha's massacre under the guise of stopping the war. Itachi reported all of this to Jiraiya-sensei. A timid counselor piped up. Hokage-sama, you mentioned 3 founding clans. Aren't there only 2, the Senju and Uchiha? Correct, those 2 were founding clans, but the council attempted to eliminate 3. Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru of the Sannin. Orochimaru is missing, but the other 2 have travel rights across the 5 great nations. Attempted murder of a founding clan constitutes treason. And the 3rd clan, shouted another counselor. The Uzumaki clan, the Hokage replied. Silence fell, broken only by the fire daimyo entering the chamber, fury blazing. This ends now. You bring shame to yourselves, your families, and this village, the daimyo's voice rang steel-strong. The counselors trembled under the combined presence of the Cages and ANBU. You have denied basic rights to the last heir of the Uzumaki name, a clan instrumental to alliances since the First Shinobi War. Their sacrifices funded land, resources, and symbols all shinobi now wear. Effective immediately, all civilian council members and elders are suspended until a full audit of their actions and families is completed. Noncompliance will result in removal, fines, or arrest. Thank you, Daimyo-sama. ANBU will monitor compliance for 24 hours. I've also begun an audit of all laws since Minato's death. Much has been damaged, fortunately unsigned, and will be reversed. A full report will follow, the Hokage added. I look forward to it, the daimyo replied. Later, Hokage's office, Jiraiya, you and Naruto must bring Tsunade of the Sannin back to the village. She is key to the changes we must enact, the Hokage instructed. How long do we have, sensei? Asked Jiraiya. 1 month, and Jiraiya, if you find Orochimaru, eliminate him. No mercy. He is an enemy of the state, not just another rogue ninja. Understood, sensei.